Wennington.
Chicago, où il a gagné 3 championnats NBA 3 années de suite. Sa carrière l'a mené de l'ouest de l'île de Montréal aux Espoirs du Québec, au Final Four de la NCAA à la NBA, et même aux Jeux olympiques de 84 et 92. Aujourd'hui, Bill Wennington continue de transmettre sa passion pour le basketball en tant que commentateur à la radio des Bulls de Chicago.
Hey Bill, I just want to congratulate you being inducted into the Quebec Hall of Fame. Thanks to great honor, it's well deserving.
He came here to Chicago later in his career, but at that time our team was at a championship level, and the one thing that Bill did as well as anybody was play a role. And his ability to come in and play with energy and make perimeter shots was a perfect complement to the teams that we had here during the mid to late 90s that won the 3 championships.
I just want people to know just how important you was in our championship years, and you're such a complimentary player to myself and Michael, great shooter from the outside, a great team player, very unselfish player.
His hustle, he's a very good offensive rebounder, and he took on challenges every night in terms of making an impact on the game for his team. So as a player, he was great. And now we've had an opportunity to have him do our broadcasting now for the last several years.
He was always a great teammate of mine, so always been a great friend. And it's good to be around you on a day-to-day basis now that we're back working for the Bulls.
That enthusiasm, the sense of humor, the things that make him Bill have come through. And we're an organization that likes to keep people around, that we reward people that do good things for us. And so here's a young guy that played for us in the 90s and is still with the organization, and Chicago Bulls are very happy to have Bill Wennington.
I just want to congratulate you and wish you all the best, and Canada roll out the carpet for this guy. He deserves it.
It's now my privilege to introduce you Mr. Bill Wennington.
The Quebec Sports Hall of Fame is a testament to our sports history. Bill Wennington, your fast achievements are an example for today and for the future. Please accept a place in the annals of excellence so that our sport can live on. Bill Wennington, on October 5th, 2011, you're inducted into the Quebec Sports Hall of Fame. Congratulations.
Premièrement, merci beaucoup, Peter. C'est une grande honneur pour moi d'être ici ce soir. Merci tout le monde pour venir ici. J'ai joué le basket pour 15 ans professionnel, mais je me souviens de commencer de ma carrière de basket ici dans Montréal. J'ai commencé à jouer quand j'ai 12 ans. Je suis 6 pieds 2. Mon entraîneur, Bernie Buckley, sont ici. Premièrement, j'ai terrible. Mais j'apprends une chose ici, que le plus important de toute ma carrière, j'apprends, j'aime la basket. fini en anglais maintenant. It's been 30 years since I had to speak French. I'm sure my first grade teacher will be happy. With that first thing and the most important thing that I learned, the love of the game of basketball, enabled me to endure the hard work that I had to go through to get to where I am today. And it's because of coaches like Bernie Buckley at Beaconsfield High School and Max Fortin at the Espoir de Québec that I love the game. I learned that I could work hard at it, but enjoy it and be successful with it. I've had a great career, and there's been ups and downs throughout my life, but I've endured it. And today is a tribute. I'm greatly honored to be here, because for me, the foundation of everything is the most important. And here in Montreal, I got my foundation. I learned how to play, I learned how to work, and I learned how to love the game. I have much respect for all the people that have been inducted, but especially the people here today, Patrick. I am Canadian, I love hockey, but at 6'2" and size 14, you don't get skates. But in closing, I've been blessed. I've had a tremendous career. I've made fantastic friends throughout my life because of basketball. I want to thank Panthéon de Québec Sports for honoring me, having me here tonight. It's a great privilege, and I thank you all for coming. Thank you very much. It's a great honor anytime you get recognized, and especially in the company tonight with all the inductees have accomplished so much. I look at myself and feel unworthy to be here tonight, but I'm a very strong believer in the little things, the foundation. And this is where I got the foundation of my career, where I learned the love of the game and to push myself to go further, to achieve goals. And it is a great honor to be here today. Well, Steve Kerr is a pretty good player, but a lot of people have him overrated. No, it's playing with Michael Jordan was fantastic. And Michael was one who wanted to win more than anything else and be the best player on the best team. So every day in practice, he not only worked hard himself, but pushed everyone else to become better players, to make the team better. And it was great to practice with him every day and see how hard he worked, because he's obviously very talented, but worked harder than everyone else. So it was fantastic, and plus it was very rewarding in the end. For me, didn't change anything, but it reinforced the things that I was already doing. To see someone that worked so hard, that had that much talent, showed me that I had to keep working hard no matter where I was in my career, who I'd played with, what teams I'd been on, the successes I had. You still have to strive for more all the time, and it just reinforced those goals, and it helped to keep me playing professional basketball for 15 years. Well, I think when you reach the pinnacle of what you do, to win a championship is always success. But I tell people, success is not always in wins and losses. It's knowing that you've given your best and you've tried everything you can possibly do to prepare and then compete in whatever you're doing, whether it's a sport or a class in school or at your job every day. If you just know that you've given your best, whether you succeed or not, that's the most you can do, and if you've done that, you're successful. Coaching is definitely in my future, but I'm not sure quite when. Right now I have a son still in school, and I know once you start to coach, it becomes a 365-day job, and your time really gets consumed with that. I have a fantastic job right now as a broadcaster for the Chicago Bulls on the radio, and it's difficult during the season because I'm away from the family, but it allows me time in the summer to be with my family and to be a family man and normal. So that part of it's great, but eventually I know I do really like working with younger people. As I say that, I'm 48, and the younger people are older now, but especially kids in high school and college, I think would be very good for me. So Basketball Canada, or even here in Quebec, coaching is definitely in the future. Well, everyone has the opportunity, and it's how bad you want it. What goals have you set for yourself? And for young kids today, I think it's a lot harder because I didn't have to worry about Xbox and playing in front of the TV. I had to go outside and do something, and I decided I wanted to play basketball, and I just put all my time and efforts into doing that, and made goals for myself. And I think young people, that whatever they want to do, and if it's basketball, it's possible. How far they go is going to be up to them. I am the best looking guy on radio. You should see me on the radio. I broadcast the Chicago Bulls games in Chicago.
So you live there?
I live in the suburbs of Chicago, yes. It's actually, I was thinking today how similar things are. I didn't even realize it because I haven't come back. And I went out to the West Island to Beaconsfield the other day, and I was like,
where I live. Feel of Chicago?
You know what? Yes, it is. It is very sad. It's by Lac St. Louis, Lake Michigan, and I lived about the same distance away. And today or yesterday, it just hit me. I was like, that's why I like it there. It's because it's like here. So it's nice.
Why have we lost track of you? Why has this happened?
Well, partly I guess because I haven't stayed in Montreal. And I left in 1979, 1980, and kind of really have come back sporadically for different things. I played with the Olympic team, but we really never came to Montreal. So, and then that part of it in basketball, being the sport it is in Canada, is not highly recognizable. I run into basketball fans all over, and they know who I am, where I'm from. Oh, yeah. But when I come home here, for me it's great to come back and I see my friends, but I walk in the streets today and no one stops you. It's actually, to be honest with you, it's nice. I'm just a tall guy walking around, but it's I guess it's because I haven't been around, and basketball is not a big sport here. It's not on TV every day. Right. And when I was playing with the Bulls, it was on a lot, but how many people in Canada watch? In Vancouver and Toronto, they're watching a little bit, and maybe the basketball fans in Montreal followed some, but it's still a growing sport here. It's a lot bigger now than it was when I played. When I played, no one played on outdoor courts. Now they have outdoor courts all over and there are kids playing, but it's still a hockey country. When I was young, with Beaconsfield High School, we won the provincials, basketball, and it was a great team with Coach Bernie Buckley, and the team was good and a lot of fun, and had some good times playing. Unfortunately, at 16, when I left, I was a little bit young, so I was not thank you, to downtown to enjoy the city. But I have been able to do that, and my wife and I love coming back to visit here. It's a fabulous city. Unfortunately, there's the bad seasons that are very memorable for you because they're really terrible and it's really hard to get through, but very challenging. So it's 1 year in Dallas and 1 year in Sacramento were difficult. But the best years for me was 1993, 94 when I first made the Chicago Bulls. I went there with a contract for just 1 month, and I stayed there for 6 years. So I just kept getting more contracts. So it was good. But then obviously, 1996, the World Championship, my first, the fourth for the Bulls. But that team was very special. 72-10 was phenomenal. It was that was a very good year every day. There's 30 teams every year trying to win, and just one team wins. And when you win a championship, it's very special. And I'm sure you could talk to Patrick later, and he will tell you the same thing. Winning is why we play, and there's a lot of things that can benefit you, but I think the guys that are really good understand that to be really successful, to get it all, winning is where you got to go. It's different today. Guys are much more demonstrative and vocal and out there in the public. I mean, guys, Michael was loud with us in practice. He pushed us to be better players every day. But to play with him and to watch him, to see him work that hard, and how talented he was, but he worked as hard or harder than everyone else. That's why he is the best player to ever play, because he pushed himself, and he had much talent. I think Scotty in his prime
was a phenomenal and would have been the best player on any other team in the league. But he understood his role with the Bulls and Michael Jordan, and he made that team better. He made the Bulls a better team because he was able to, compete and challenge and sacrifice his game to make the team better. And it's very funny when Phil Jackson, the coach, wanted us to work really hard in practice. He would take Scotty off the starting five and put with us, the bench players, and he would guard Michael. And we'd have some battles in practice. And it was good. And Scotty understood that. I think at times, hey, it's difficult. When you play professional sports and any sport, to get there, you have to have a big ego. And when you have to sacrifice or come down a little bit, it's difficult. So I'm sure there were times when Scotty was feeling a little bit, but for me, Scotty was a fantastic teammate. Break out the salami and cheese, mama. This one's over.